flying standby got me into first class, it got my aunt stranded in a different country. This was my first time flying in years. And this is my first time flying where I actually could remember it. I've been on a plane to Chicago and Florida, but this is the first time I've ever flown out of the country, let alone have I been out of the country. My mom planned for me, my sister, my aunt, and I to go to the Dominican Republic. I will not be mentioning the airport we flew with, but I will say my aunt works for them, so we got a discount on the discount. I think... I actually don't know. Off topic for a second for my subscribers. Sorry I haven't posted in 2 weeks. I was taking a vacation from my vacation and I didn't have a video planned for last week. So enjoy this one. First reason on why I don't like standby. We had to spend 2 days of our vacation in the airport just to get a seat on the plane we weren't guaranteed. See, the way that standby works is that you only get a seat that someone couldn't make it to. Meaning, you can possibly spend more than a day waiting for an open seat. Luckily, I only had to spend 2 days, one for each plane ride, the one to and one back, to get to my destination. Reason 2 on why standby is trash. You aren't guaranteed a seat next to the people you're traveling with. You aren't guaranteed to be on the same plane. My first time on the flight, I was in the same row as my family. Great! All the way in the back. That's okay. I had a window seat. Yippee! And I sat next to a child and her mother. My family sat on the other side of the walkway. I admit, the kid wasn't a problem. She was actually okay to sit next to. Better than sitting next to a Karen, that's for sure. And I would rather sit next to this kid rather than a snotty-nosed brat, or worse, a crying baby. Second plane ride on the way home, I got first class. Yippee! But I had to travel alone. I traveled for my first time, alone, back home, without anyone I knew. I watched my first horror movie on this plane. It's called I Saw the TV Glow. I recommend it. If you love psychological horror, I love psychological horror that isn't gore. I don't like gore, but I love me some psychological horror, and this movie does not have gore, so win-win. We waited a day in the airport, having to get up at 1 in the morning to get to the airport by 2 for a flight a little after that we weren't guaranteed and didn't get. And with how the security works in the Dominican Republic, long story short, we were kicked out of the air-conditioned lobby inside the airport to sit outside for hours to go through the process of bag checking and passport checking for a second time that day, just for another flight we weren't guaranteed. My mom and sister were able to get a flight together. I got first class by myself, and my aunt was stuck in DR for an extra day. At least she spoke Spanish. I can't even speak Spanish for shit, after trying to learn it for about a decade. Side rant. On the car ride from the airport, when we got there, the driver, who is a guy my aunt's friend knew from their job at said airport, and my aunt were talking, and I was stuck zoning out into space, wondering what they were talking about. Because, 1, they were talking so fast, so I couldn't even understand a syllable of what they were speaking about. And 2, I didn't understand anything, and I couldn't even catch up because of how fast they talk. I talk fast. I talk loud. So, when hearing the people in Dominican Republic talk, I was put to shame because of how fast they talk. Okay? Third reason on why I don't like standby, or actually, this one is just not liking flying in general. Why aren't all the seats comfortable? You are stuck on a flight on the same seat for hours on end. The only way to get comfortable is to fly in first class. Comment down below your thoughts on the seats and what kind of video you want me to post next week. And since you're down there, don't forget to like and subscribe and turn on notifications. Bye!